Hi everyone, welcome back to the SAM Biology classes online. I am Salim. Today we are going to study about vermiculture. Now, what is vermiculture? Vermiculture is the process of rearing of earthworms. In ಕನ್ನಡ ಎರೆಹುಳುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾಕುವ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯುತ್ತೇವೆ. And if you look at the definition of vermiculture, it is a scientific method of rearing and maintenance of earthworms mainly for the production of vermicompost. We know that the vermicompost is a organic fertilizer which is used in the agriculture for the mainly for the increasing the nutrient quality of the soil. ಸೊ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಫಲವತ್ತತೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸಲು ಈ ವರ್ಮಿ ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಬಳಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ವರ್ಮಿ ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಲು ಎರೆಹುಳು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಅರ್ಥವರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಮಿ compost. Hence, the rearing and maintenance of earthworms for the production of vermicompost, this scientific method is called vermiculture. Now, let us study the process of vermiculture. Vermiculture involves 5 steps. Number 1, collection of earthworms. Number 2, worm bedding. Number 3, pre-processing of primary degradation. Number 4, introduction or inoculation of earthworms for their action. And number 5, harvesting. So these are the 5 steps that are involved in the process of vermiculture. Now let us study each step one by one in detail. The first step, as I told you, it is the collection of earthworms. So in this step, the earthworms are selected and they are reared. We know that earthworms are found in the soil, especially in the moist soil as well as in the shady places. Earthworms are present. So during this step, what we are doing is first an area is selected. In that selected area, cow dung is buried. Here cow dung is used mainly to attract the earthworms and it is used as a bait. So dear student, you have to remember, so cow dung is used as a bait mainly for the attraction of earthworms. And later, after burying the cow dung, that area, the selected area is covered by a old jute bag or cloth. Within 10 to 15 days, both epigenic and angenic worms are observed in that area. Now the question arises, what are epigenic and angenic worms? See, the epigenic worms means these worms are live on the surface of the soil. ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಪದರಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಇವು ಜೀವಿಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥವರ್ಮ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ, ಎಪಿಜೆನಿಕ್ ಅರ್ಥವರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯುತ್ತೇವೆ. ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಈಸ್ ವರ್ಮ್ ಬೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್. The size of the bedding is mainly dependent on the requirement. For example, for small scale production, earthen pots, plastic boxes and concrete boxes etc. are used. Now during this step, first what we will do is the base is covered by the soil. About 6 to 7 centimeter soil is added in the base. Then a thick layer of loam soil was placed above it. And usually the loam soil size is about 15 to 16 centimeter. And then the bed is kept moist by adding water regularly. So this is about the second step. So mainly you have to remember the size of the bedding is dependent on the requirement. For the small scale production, earthen pots, plastic boxes, concrete boxes etc. can be used and the base is covered by the soil and followed by the loam soil. and loam soil is a thick layer, and the bedding is kept moist. Then the third step is pre-processing for primary degradation. In this step, any type of organic matter is placed over the soil and it is moistened regularly by adding water, and it is covered by the old jute bag. Within 1 week, the bedding is ready for the inoculation or introduction of earthworms. So dear students, just have in your mind the base of the earthen pot. If you are using earthen pot, the base is covered by the soil, then followed by loam soil, then we are adding the organic matter. About 2 to 3 centimeter organic matter is placed over the loam soil, and it is moistened regularly for a week, and after 1 week we will go for the fourth step, that is introduction of earthworms. The fourth step is introduction of earthworms for their action. In this step, depending on the size of the container, as I told you, small scale or large scale production, depending on the size of the container, about 20 to 100 earthworms are introduced on the surface of the bedding. Then after introduction of earthworms, the dried cow dung is scattered over between the earthworms, and water is sprayed to maintain the moisture, and it is covered by the jute bag. And after 1 month, the juvenile worms may be observed in that area. So juvenile worms means nothing but the babies of earthworms will be found in that area. So this is about the fourth step. Dear students, this picture gives you a complete idea of all the 4 steps. See, for example, you can look at the picture. Here the earthen pot is taken as an example, and the base of earthen pot, it is covered by 6 to 7 centimeters of soil, then followed by 15 to 16 centimeter of loam soil is added above the normal soil, and then it is moistened for a week. 1 ವಾರದವರೆಗೂ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀರನ್ನು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 1 week, about 2 to 3 centimeter of height of organic matter is added above the loam soil, and then earthworms are introduced above the organic matter, and cow dung is also sprayed between the worms now, and it is again moistened regularly for few days, and after few days finally about 6 to 7 centimeter of organic matter is added above the earthworms. And now this is the about all the 4 steps which are described, and after a month you can see that the organic matter which is present above the earthworms, it turns to brownish in color, indicating that the vermicompost is ready. Dear students, I want to tell you that now the vermiculture is ready for vermicomposting as well as for the rapid growth of young earthworms. And one more note, you remember, kitchen waste, canteen waste, restaurant waste, and waste vegetables, fruits, agro waste, and waste of other industries are also used in vermiculture as well as vermicomposting. When you are using these waste, the first step is the waste are chopped into finer pieces and spread over the bedding for a thickness of 5 to 6 centimeter above it. and after addition of the organic waste, again it is covered by the old jute bag. And during the vermiculture, the maintenance of temperature is very important. The temperature of the bedding should be 25 to 35 degrees centigrade, and the pH requirement is about 6.8 to 7.5 is maintained. So pH 6.8 to 7.5 pH is maintained, and temperature 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius is maintained. Now we are going to study the last step, that is harvesting. The harvesting means it is a process of collection of vermicompost and as well as a part of earthworm population. So in this step we are mainly collecting the vermicompost as well as about, you can say, 50% of the earthworm population is recovered from that selected area. And particularly the harvesting is done when the top layer turns to brownish color. So when the top layer appears brownish, it indicates that the vermicompost is ready. Now the compost is carefully scraped from the surface of the bedding and it is gently strained over the sieve. Now after sieving, so the vermicompost is collected below and the worms are present above the sieve. So in this way, vermicomposting and vermiculture both are interdependent and interrelated processes. I hope you understood all the 5 steps of vermiculture. So if you understood, please like the video, subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon all to get all the notifications of our channel. Thank you very much.